Hello and welcome everyone to Last Level Press. I am Mr. Black and this is the first 15 of Hawken. This is, to my understanding, a sort of pseudo-FPS competitive online mech combat kind of game that just recently became free-to-play in its Steam Early Access version, and I've had my eye on it for some time. I remember, I believe actually months ago, seeing, I think it was Angry Joe do some of the early coverage on this game, but I didn't really hear anything about it for quite some time. So when I saw that it recently became free-to-play, I was actually pretty excited and have been wanting to get my hands on it and kind of sink my teeth into it, but just haven't had an opportunity to until now. But before I get into the gameplay, unfortunately, I'm already a little bit wary of this game because, as I've started doing with a little bit more of my first 15s, I've now played through its tutorial, and I've also poked around a bit in the in-game market and options and everything. That way I'm a little bit more prepared for my commentary when I get into these videos. First, the good things. As far as options are concerned, this is exemplary. There are a lot of different options available for lots of different performance tweaks, multiple tabs worth of settings, even down so far as back up here in the game controls tab, allowing for the rocket dodge left and right, like a lot of mech combat players are going to be used to, being either WASD and shift to boost over, or double tapping. So there's a lot of support for a lot of little things like that built into this, as well as, of course, plenty of resolution supports, as well as plenty of ways to customize all of your video quality settings. A lot of mine is turned off because, as I've mentioned recently, my GPU is going out, my computer can't handle even the middling loads like it used to. It's more or less about to die, so I apologize, guys, if the quality of the gameplay footage that you're being shown in this video isn't up to even my usual snuff, but like I said, we are shopping around for a new rig, so hopefully very, very soon I'll be able to show you guys much more quality content than this. Now, out of the options, let's touch on what's making me a little bit worried. That is the market. I'm gonna have to call this game out like I have several others and say that if you're claiming to be in early access and therefore in some manner of testing phase, alpha, beta, whatever, you should not have a paid content store open for business yet. That's taking advantage of your earliest customers, especially if you're offering quote-unquote premium content. Now, there are not outright premium mechs in this game, I don't believe. You can actually get to the mech progress tree here and see that the blue currency here, I forget the name of it, but the blue currency is the in-game currency, the orange currency is the paid currency, and obviously, as you can see, you can buy any mech in this game with either currency, which is cool. And I have not yet played a full round, so I don't know what the accrual rate is yet of the in-game currency. So I don't know yet whether or not actually being able to frequently buy new mechs is really a feasible thing based upon just in-game resource accrual. I'll find that out by the end of this video. Now, what irks me a little bit is if you come up here to the meteor credits, which is the paid currency, let me bring that up really quick. You see that to buy any of the really substantially powerful mechs, the amount that it's going to cost you is basically going to be one of these. It's about 10 bucks for roughly 1,500 meteor credits. And if you see down here, most of the most powerful mechs in the game run about 1,400, which is to say, just barely less than $10 for a single mech. That's not quite as just oppressively expensive as some games content that I've covered, but I still think it's too much. I'm still against practices like this in games that charge the same amount for a single piece of content as other games charge for entire expansion DLCs, and more in some cases. That's just abhorrently greedy to me. I will always call it out because it is appallingly money-grubbing, especially in this stage of game development. And doubly especially when it's not just cosmetic. I'm willing to look the other way and just be mildly annoyed by it when it's cosmetic only. This is not cosmetic only. note that these names, these Vitro lower, Muklashi upper, obviously these are pieces of mechs. So while the pre-built mechs aren't outright premium content only, it seems like you can basically build certain mechs out of these pieces that more or less are premium content because you can only buy them with Meteor credits. That makes me very nervous, for reasons that a lot of you are probably already well aware of. Now, that said, the other thing that makes me a little iffy, some people are going to have mixed opinions about this, so I'm not really going to weigh in one way or another, but I will simply make note of the fact that, again, with paid currency, you can buy either in-game currency credit boosts or experience boosters. Some people are okay with that, some are not. I will simply say that it rubs me the wrong way, and it makes me question the intentions of the development staff. Now, alright, now that I've gotten all of that out of the way, there's only one other little thing that I will touch on, and that is the fact that pretty much all of the cosmetic items are paid currency only, and like I said before, I'm usually pretty much okay with that, but I'll simply note how most of these emblems are pretty interesting to look at. All of these really, really boring emblems down here are the ones that you can actually buy with the in-game currency. That just seems, I don't know, a little bit cynically amusing to me. But let's get into the, no, not exit the game. That's not what I meant by back. Thank you, game. Let's get into the real draw of this game, the mech combat. I have not yet played against any people yet, so let's see how I fare. We'll just do team deathmatch. Wow, really? I have to unlock game modes before I can even play them? Play 2 more matches to unlock Missile Assault, 4 more to unlock Siege, and 5 more matches even to unlock Deathmatch. I've never seen a game do that. Only mobile games pull crap like this. Hawken, I want to like you, I really do, but you're annoying me already, so stop that. I presume it'll probably auto-detect where I'll have the strongest connection. Living in Texas, I'm never sure whether or not I should select US East or West, but I'll just go with whatever the default is, because clearly it thinks it knows where I am, so hopefully that'll work out well. So let's launch and see how this goes. Now, I have not shown you all... Oh, I'm in a queue, okay. Do I have a timer to see how long I'll be waiting? Yes, alright, cool. That was actually relatively quick. I wish I could show you guys, now I don't have time, but my beginner starting mech basically looks like an old Macintosh computer with windshield wipers and legs. This is not the hyper-advanced art style that some of you may be used to with like the Armored Core series and, of course, the recent blockbuster Titanfall. I would not be at all surprised. The cynic in me is what's bringing this up. If the reason that this game just went free to play in its early access is essentially to try and remain somewhat relevant in the face of Titanfall, essentially cornering the market on sort of FPS mech combat kind of games. I have no idea whether or not that's true, so fanboys, if there are any for this game, don't start going nuts. But that's just my knee-jerk suspicion. So, alright, let's see here. Oh, there's my mech. Can I get a frontal? Yeah, there we go. Isn't that charming? It's like Wall-E's big militarized cousin. It is a bit charming in a weird sort of world of tomorrow, retro future kind of way. All right. Anyway, let's see here. What do I need to do? I don't know exactly what's going on. Is this a match I can just jump straight into if I hit launch? Yes, it is. Okay. Very cool. Now then. I actually really like the cockpit overlay. It's remarkably detailed, even with the middling settings like I've got mine set to. Teams are unbalanced. Press F8 to volunteer to switch teams. Why not? I'll be the nice guy. Or, wait, nope, somebody already else jumped on it. Okie dokie then. Now this game, to my surprise, just based on the art style and the early coverage that I saw of it, I, for whatever reason, expected it to control rather, you know, clunkily. I didn't expect it to be a very smooth experience. To my enormous surprise, it actually is very smooth. You just kind of slide around, but not in a bad way. It still feels like you're moving around with weight, because there is a sense of building momentum as you move. Oh, okay. Alright. Whoa, hi there! Alright. And... ooh, do I get a kill? Oh, no, I think somebody else got that kill. Damn. Alright. Oh, I'm being shot at from way over there. Okay, so... let's get straight into one of the things that I actually really like about this game. Early apprehensions notwithstanding, there is still a lot to like here, at least at first glance. Obviously, I haven't played more than just this and the tutorial, so as always with First 15s, I'm still speaking from a very, very amateurish standpoint. So if any of you know better with anything that I have to say in these videos, do please comment below so that I and others watching know better if I'm wrong about something. But anyway, this game is very, very mobile. It's also rather vertical in nature. And I'm gonna get off of this because this whole platform just seems to be a bullet magnet. So left click activates that sort of machine gun cannon that you can see off to the left there. Blast you with missiles! Ah, right click activates missiles. And... ooh, get him! I got him! Alright, cool! I got my first kill. That makes me happy. Assistant 1 unlocked. Alright. Very cool. I got my first sort of achievement of sorts in this game. So you can hit shift to boost around. That meter that you see that has the gas symbol underneath my health there in the bottom middle. Oh, hi there. Oh my, that's one of the big unlockable things. Oh, pardon me. Hiccups. No hiccups! You are not allowed to interfere with my recording! How dare you! Oh, I'm being shot at. I'm being shot at. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Oh, wow, I have 2 HP. And now I'm a pile of scraps. Okay, that's nice. Welcome to Hawken. As I was attempting to do, as the training informed me, one can also actively repair your mech in the midst of combat. I don't think I can show you right now. Yeah, I'm not damaged. The next time I get damaged, though, I'll show that there's actually a little hovering repair module, sort of like a little repair droid, that hangs out on the back of your mech, and if you hold down C, you've got to find cover, essentially, and actively repair your mech so that you don't die. And also, where other mechs get destroyed, little repair nodes will temporarily spawn there, and you can then just kind of stand there, and you don't have to be vulnerable while you're repairing, and it'll just auto-repair you, which is pretty cool. It makes for a nice little incentive to push forward once you destroy enemies. I think I just found the edge of the map back here. Maybe I can flank around behind somebody. Now, I don't know how much of an emphasis there is upon actual teamwork in this game, or whether or not it's just kind of a no-holds-barred brawl. I would imagine this would probably be a pretty strong experience if one were playing with friends, especially with headset communication. Alright, so I got a little bit of damage. Let's show off that little repair bot. I really like this, and you can pan around while being repaired to make sure that you don't get flanked and snuck up on. Right click, missile, yes, alright. Die, Wally, die. Now those red bars that you see on the sides there, which are climbing perilously high right now, are the overheating meters. And if you fire your weapon too much, you can overheat. And as that guy just reminded me over there, there are also, it's getting worse, isn't it? Deployable abilities that are apparently unique to each mech. And this beginner mech has, there's the little repair node that I mentioned, a spherical shield that you can deploy for a few moments to block, whoa, hi there, block against incoming attacks. Finish him off, oh, damn. I think he died anyway. I think one of my buddies got him. Did he? Yes, there he is. He's on fire over there. Cool. I'm actually pretty good at this game. Alrighty then. I would imagine that right now there are probably a lot of new players, considering it did just go free to play, and I believe this was available for paid access before. But don't quote me on that, because I like I said, I didn't follow this game very closely until rather recently. I only saw a little bit of early coverage on it months ago, and then it just kind of flew below my radar for quite some time. I like the fact that this isn't just straight up ripping on more established mech combat games like Armored Core. This doesn't play like Armored Core at all. It's much more slow-paced, it's more measured, and I would hazard the statement that it's more realistic. I mean, as realistic as a mech combat game can be. Only insofar as you're not jetting around at speeds and at angles that just tell physics to kindly sit down and shut the F up. Because this actually, like I said, feels like there's some weight to it. It feels like there's some momentum, that you're actually slinging around this giant multi-ton hunk of metal. Oh, damn. Gran Leo is my nemesis. What does that mean? Does that mean I get like a boost if I kill him or something? I don't know. But he is now a smoldering wreck, so what goes around comes around. And I really like the just all the overlays to this. The training mode actually looked a bit like if any of you guys have played the old Metal Gear VR training ops, it reminded me a great deal of that. Everything was wireframe and looked really like 90s in that it was all just solid colors and wireframes and grids everywhere, as opposed to this really industrial, gritty-looking in-game setting, which made for a nice contrast. That actually made it feel like I was doing VR training, and that was really cool. So that was pretty short, but I'm actually going to try to keep to my 15-minute time limit for these videos that I originally set for myself, and habitually exceed at this point. So that actually made for a nice little introduction to the gameplay. Wow, was I actually in some... Oh no, there... See, there I am, way back there. So that puts me in 1, 2, 3, 4th place! Hey, that's not bad! That's not bad! For my first round ever. Alright, let's see here. How many did I get? Match win... Okay, so I got... Whoa, hang on. Slow down, game! I don't know. Alright, I got a fair amount of experience, but that I don't think really means anything. No, I don't want to go into the next match. How do I leave? Oh, here we go. Leave match. That's the debrief. No, game, how much did I earn? That's what I want to know. I don't know. Aha! Earnings! Here we are. Okay, so from that match, I've got 3 seconds! I earned 152 in-game credits, which means, given that a lot of the other mechs that I saw were several thousand to buy with the in-game currency, means, obviously, if you play better, you're going to earn more. But say if you're going to buy a mech that was 8,000, which I believe I saw that 1 or 2 of them were, that's going to take... What is that? Just under 60, 70 matches? That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, given that match was pretty brief, and I don't know how late into it I arrived, but that seems like a pretty slow accrual rating, so this is starting to lean a bit more heavily upon the meteor credits, and that's what I was afraid of. I did not want that to be the case. And I also didn't really want to enter into this match. I probably should have hit the leave lobby button while I was frantically searching around for my earnings, but I was afraid that that would then cancel my ability to find out what my earnings were. So, for now, I'll just have to jump in and then jump back out. Hopefully there's not a desertion penalty like a lot of other games have. But so far, my opinions of Hawken are mixed. Obviously, this is a free-to-play game, and the developers, as always, everybody's going to come to their defense, do have to make their money somehow. I know that, I get that. But I always want to urge others to acknowledge that there are a lot of other games that are free-to-play that do not have to lean upon gameplay affecting paid content. That is to say, they can lean entirely upon cosmetic content and other sorts of user experience paid content features that don't affect the balance of gameplay whatsoever, and they do just fine with that. As harsh as I am on it, that's one of the things that I really, really praise, say, Dota 2 for, because You can't buy a single scrape of advantage in Dota 2. You can only buy fancy pretty things, and I'm all for that. Games like this, where there's premium content, I don't know. I'm very, very new to the game, obviously, so I don't know how balanced that content is. I have no way of knowing yet. But whenever there's premium content, it definitely quirks a brow on me, and I'm beginning to wonder if the game just froze and has crashed, but whatever, I'll just wrap really quickly then. It just makes me nervous whenever I see premium content. So if any of you guys have played more of this game than I have, do let me know whether there's really legitimate concern for the premium content, or whether it's just essentially options that are actually pretty well balanced, but that for whatever reason the devs decided that normal players shouldn't be privy to, which I still don't really like, but I would like that a bit more than if it was a strictly advantageous arrangement. So that's my first 15 for Hawken. Everybody take it or leave it for what it is. Again, as always, first 15s are literally just that, my first 15 minutes with a game. In some cases, it's a little bit of a misnomer in that regard, because I did spend probably a good 20-30 minutes looking around and tweaking settings and going through the tutorial, but not the real meat gameplay itself. That's what you guys just saw. So, thank you for joining me here at Last Level Press. As always, I am Mr. Black, and I wish you all